We continue on Lions Countdown to Kickoff tonight. It's going to be PCA on the road against Liberty Christian here in Argyle. The Countdown to Kickoff brought to you by the Andrew Institute, Children's Health, Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine. It's time now for the player interviews. They're brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Talk a little bit more about them in just a bit. Boy, a spicy sandwich would sound good right now. We're going to start on the offensive side of the football and talk to quarterback Luke Glass, who here we are. It's almost to the midway point of the season, 2-2 technically in the win and loss column. But just want to get your thoughts to this point on how you feel the team has performed early on now that you start to get into the heart of the district schedule and, some of the tougher games coming up. But how's it gone so far for you and the team? Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think we're really progressing and getting better as a team. We kind of had a funky, weird start to the season with first game getting canceled, and then we only played a half in the next game, and so it kind of weird start. But I really think we're getting into a groove, kind of just getting better, and kind of just really coming together and just playing our best football.
And then even looking at something as focused as last week's game, which I'm sure here you weren't expecting an overtime game going into that one, but the fact that you were able to pull that out and get the victory, how important was that?
Yeah, I think it just shows a testament to our team and just how we're able to just fight till the end. Like, man, we wanted to blow that team out, but things didn't roll our way kind of the whole time. But I think it just shows it wasn't rolling our way, but we were still able to stay in there and just do our best and come out with a win.
What were the expectations like coming into this season for you, particularly, and for the team, having gone a couple rounds of the playoffs last year, had a really good club, coming back, reloading a little bit this year. What was that like at the first of the season as far as expectation?
I think, we had a lot of expectations kind of around the program. I think we were favored to win the district in the preseason. And so I think everybody from the outside looking in was really expecting us to do a lot. And so I think it's great to live up to those. And I'd say we have a long way to go. And we have some big games coming up, like this one tonight. And then we also have another huge one against Parrish.
As far as your role as the quarterback, now you were the offensive MVP on the football team last year, all conference in football and basketball. A lot of responsibility always on the shoulders of the quarterback, but when you have those credentials, are there additional pressures on you?
Yeah, I mean, just between every play, I'm always telling the receivers that maybe we should do it this way, maybe do it that way. And I think I'm always kind of thinking of what is the best way to do things. I think that's just kind of the additional thing that comes even just normally with the quarterback position. You got to lead the team. You got to get things right and do the right way so you can just succeed in every game and every play.
The folks I've talked to have mentioned your work ethic, your studying, you're watching film with Coach Yantis, and so much that goes into that. Now, the product of that, I think you're up to 45 touchdowns, only a couple of interceptions in your career. That's pretty salty numbers. But, how much of that preparation goes into the success that you've found?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the playbook and watching film from every practice and of the opponent, hours every day, and I think it just gives me the go ahead, and I'm ahead of the schedule between every team, and I think it gives me a great advantage going into the game, and I'm confident that I know what I'm doing.
As a high school senior, do you have role models at this point? Do you watch guys at the NFL and kind of borrow from this and borrow from that?
Yeah, I love Josh Allen. I love Patrick Mahomes. It's hard to borrow from Patrick Mahomes because he does ridiculous stuff sometimes, and so does Josh Allen, but just the way Josh Allen's able to sit back there and make throws, and then when things go south, he's able to get out of the pocket and run downhill and go get the first down and run a guy over. I take stuff from that and just try to pass first, and then if I have to run, I'll go get the first down.
Now, find out a little bit more about you. You started at PCA in kindergarten, so you've been here through the whole get-go. A lot of these guys you played with your whole life. So what's it been like being a Lion from the very beginning?
It's been awesome. It set me up just in life, not even in football. It set me up greatly. I'm on top of school, and it set me up to just do my best in everything and have a great work ethic, like you said earlier. It helped me get ahead of that. And then just building that chemistry with some of these guys. I played with in middle school. And so, I'm able to trust them that they know what they're going to do. And just having built that chemistry, it helps us perform better.
So off the football field, talking about your family a little bit, you've got older sister Peyton, younger sister Reese, and younger brother Jacob. Now, being the four of you there and you being kind of in the middle of that, what has that family dynamic been like with the siblings? Always fun, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was always crazy and hectic and all of us played sports, and so we'd have one parent going to drop off at one sport and the other parent going to the other sport, I mean, every day of the week. And so it was constantly we were just doing stuff. But, I mean, I think my parents really instilled in us, like, we were always at each other's games. And so, like, it's built us, and we know each other, and we love each other, and we fight sometimes. But, I mean, we really love each other, and so it's great.
With Jacob being a ball boy, having those duties, some of the varsity games, how cool is that?
I mean, it's awesome until I have to yell at him for not throwing the ball into the ref. It's mostly awesome, but but yeah, he slips up sometimes. I got to get on him.
Now, word is that with you and your family, and particularly your siblings, that you are very competitive. And it doesn't matter whether it's horse, whether it's ping pong, organized sports, that you've got to win.
Yeah, I mean, everything I do, I feel like I got to give my best, and I have to win. And whether it's finishing your food first at dinner or playing ping pong against your sister or my dad or just anything, like, man, I want to win, like, no matter what.
When you're a kid, you would be that kid that scored, 10 goals in a soccer game. You played baseball, basketball. Then you kind of settled on football. Why was that?
Yeah, I mean, I love football. Like, first of all, like, we got in high school and I was still playing 3 sports. I was playing football, basketball, and baseball, all of them. And I mean, I'd really being around Coach Yanis, like, seeing how much of a great coach he was and how much he elevated me as a player. I mean, I realized that's something I really wanted to be around. And I figured that it would help me the most in the long term.
Outstanding. Well, listen, when you're not playing football, I mean, you have things you do in the off season. The Sky Ranch Family Camp, I want to hear about that. That's your vacation spot. And also your back-to-back championships in the basketball tournaments at the Lake City, Colorado, 3-on-3, 4th of July. So you've got other things that you do beside football.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we escape to Colorado every July 4th, like that whole week. And we'll go up there and we'll drive up there, kind of whole family road trip. And we'll hang out up in the mountains at Sky Ranch, and we have so much fun. Like, one year we hiked a 14,000-foot mountain and jumped in, like, they had a lake at like 13,800 feet, and we jumped in the lake. And just certain stuff like that. Like, I mean, we're always outside doing stuff and hanging out just as a family, and it's awesome. And in that basketball tournament, that's super competitive, and we were able to go out and win back-to-back years with some of the other people that go to that camp with us, and it's just so much fun.
You're a guy's guy. You like the hunting, the fishing, barbecue, steaks, competition, golf, whatever it is that you could get in. What's your favorite? What do you like to do the most?
Besides football, man, I love hunting. Like, every day I'm checking our trail cams just try to see what if there's any new deer or kind of what times of day they're out. And, man, we haven't seen any deer for a couple of days. What's going on? And so I'm all into that, and I love it.
Something that's great about being at Prestonwood is we get to talk about the Lord. How important is He in your life? How do you reflect Him, not only on the football field, but as a student and a young man?
Yeah, I mean, the Lord's, everything to me. And I want to pursue Him with my whole life. And so I just try to do my best to kind of show what I have to other people. And I pray every night that people would look at me and see God through me. And so I think that's a huge thing for me, to just be able to reflect the light of Christ through myself.
Outstanding. Well, your future right in front of you after senior year and football's behind you. What's next?
Well, I'm committed to play at East Texas A&M right now, and so I have a great opportunity to go in there and play some football, and I love the coaches, and so I was up there a couple weekends ago and watched the game, and it was a fun one, and so that's kind of what's next. I'm planning on majoring in business and finance, and so just kind of keeping doors open, what I do after that.
What is it that got you into the business finance? I mean, you got a lot of fields to choose from. Why'd you pick that one?
Well, I'm pretty good with numbers, and so you do a little bit of math in that anyway, and then I'm not really sure what I want to do overall, and so I'm just keeping doors open and kind of keeping the options to where God leads me.
Get you out of here on this. You're a good 6'5", so what are the advantages to being a tall guy?
Man, I can see over I'd say I can see over all my linemen, but they're all huge. And so normally I think for almost every high school I'll be able to see over the linemen, but not here. And so, but it does really help just because I can see over them somewhat. but it helps to just be able to go through your reads and progressions. But the one thing it doesn't help is you hit your head on doors all the time. Like you lean up or you like sit up in your bed and you hit your head, and it's miserable sometimes.
But you can always get that stuff off the top shelf.
That's right. Yeah, Mom's always, here, grab this spice or whatever at dinner while she's making it. And so, yeah.
Thank you so much for the time.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
That is Luke Glass, the quarterback for PCA, as we continue on the countdown to kickoff. Another visit coming up next, so stick around. That visit brought to you by Chick-fil-A. You're listening to the Andrews Institute, Children's Health, Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine. Countdown to kickoff. Prestonwood Lion football continues. More on Lion Countdown to Kickoff, brought to you by the Andrews Institute, Children's Health, Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine. Our player interviews continue, brought to you by Chick-fil-A at Park and Parker, right down from the school. Well, we now kind of flip to the other side of the ball, sort of, because with A.J. Morial, you're going to get defense and offense. He's a tight end and a linebacker, but somebody who's busy on this Lion team. I'll start the same way as we talked with Luke. You know, your thoughts on the season to this point, how you played, I guess particularly from the defensive side of the football. You can address that as well, but all in all, how do you feel it's going for you and the team?
I mean, as of right now, we still, like Glass said, we had a little shaky start off in the beginning of the season. We didn't have our first game, and the weather cancellation and all that, and it was a weird beginning of the season, not normal. And then once we started playing our games, like All Saints and then Bastrop, we started getting the flow of things. Fortunately, we lost our first full game to Bastrop, but after that, with Nolan Catholic and with Bishop Lynch, I really felt like we started, especially our defense, getting the groove of things, just finding our rhythm and all that, and just really helped us. And as for me, I just felt like I've kind of same with the whole team, just as the games went on and all that, just kind of found my rhythm and all that.
For a fellow that plays both ways, if you're not Travis Hunter, you don't do that in the pros. Sometimes you see it in college. High school, you see it a little bit more. But here in the private school sector, you're doing it. And physically, I can't imagine that challenge. What's it like?
I mean, it was kind of a wake-up call to me, especially since it was 2 weeks from the start of the season now, and that's when I found out I'd be going both ways. Because originally my coach just told me, you'll just be playing offense because we need to focus you on offense, and that way we can keep you fresh and all that stuff so your body doesn't get hurt too much. Then some injuries happened and some people moved around and all that, and he's telling me I had to go both ways. And I've been doing everything I can, been going down to the training room every day, getting some boots, keep my legs fresh, drinking salty Gatorades and all that just so I don't cramp during games. I've had a few of those, and they're not fun.
Is it difficult to play through the fatigue? Because, that's a lot of max effort. You're not in a position where you can take a play off. You're playing in the trenches on the offensive side, and, of course, linebacker, you got to be on the move every play.
Yeah, it's a huge, especially that first game. I didn't play too much both ways against All Saints, but Bastrop, I played both ways pretty much the whole game. My body, let's just say that was the most tired my body's ever been after that game. And I was on the ride back. It was a 4-hour back drive, and cramping left and right. Had to pull over real quick, stop, get out of the car, get some stretching done. But as the games went on, and now we're in our fifth game of the season, my body's starting to get used to things. It's still sore, but I'm doing everything I can, taking ice baths and all that, just to keep it fresh.
So training and preparing on both sides of the ball. As a tight end, you're looking at the defense, trying to figure out how to solve them. And then the defense, you're doing just the opposite. How does that benefit you?
Honestly, I think it benefits me very much because as a tight end, you have to learn how to block people, the right angles to cut them off and all that. And defensively, you have to learn how to get off the blocks and all that. So you know what the tight end's planning to do, where the ball's going, if the tight end's blocking you a certain way. And just the tight end can tell you a lot, especially with his eyes, where he's going, where the ball's going and all that. So defensively, it's a huge help as well.
With the evolution of football, the tight end almost gets eradicated. In some teams, they don't even have them anymore. What is that? But now it seems like there's been a few more that are starting to come back. Is it kind of a badge of honor to be a tight end?
My tight end coach always says, we're the most athletic dudes on the field. I truly believe that because you have to block, you have to do what the linemen do, you have to block, you have to catch like the receivers, and you just have to work your butt off every play.
Now, you came here from Berkner over in Richardson, a linebacker and a tight end there. Came over after ninth grade and became a part of the Prestonwood family. So talk about that change a little bit and what it was like becoming a part of the Lion team.
Yes, sir. I transferred over like middle of freshman year, played my season at Berkner. I just didn't really feel like it was the right fit for me over there at Berkner. And I had a few friends that went here, a few people on the staff that I knew, and they helped get me in. They just invited me over to check it out and all that stuff, and I've loved it ever since. And honestly, I think it's one of the best decisions I made of my high school career, probably my life.
Well, just like Luke, you spread yourself around playing many different sports. I mean, mainly basketball and football growing up. So how did you decide what was going to be your primary?
I mean, honestly, I've known in the back of my head I've loved football ever since I was in first, second grade. I've been playing flag football, and then fourth grade I did tackle football. I mean, I was playing basketball and baseball, all that throughout. But, I mean, football's been my pride and joy ever since.
So talking about some off-the-field stuff, a lot to get to here. I'd always like to talk about the families, as we just did with Luke a minute ago. Now, you're the oldest kid in your family. You got two sisters, Bella, who is 16, Maddie, who's 14. So first question is, which one do you like better?
A lot of people don't have an answer, but, I mean, I think I have an answer on that. Probably the youngest one, Maddie. Just because, no offense to the middle one, but just because the youngest is more of like a sports kind of person, sports girl and all that. So she's just someone to throw the ball with, kick the soccer ball around, something like that.
We're just teasing you, Bella, okay? So what's that like being the older brother? Especially, you're getting near the exit of the teenage years. You got one right in the middle and one kind of the beginning of it. But two girls and a dude, what's that like?
I mean, as the oldest, I'm pretty much the dummy of the family. Like, I'm the test dummy. Like, all the rules and all that stuff, I get the full force, and then the parents kind of learn off how that goes onto them. So, and like just for them as girls, like I said earlier, like my youngest sister's kind of like tomboyish and all that. So she's just someone to throw the football around and play sports, which I really love because, I mean, that's what I've been doing ever since I was little. And she kind of has done that too. But
do you feel the responsibility as that big brother taking care of those sisters?
Very much so. My dad, even though we don't go to the same school, he still always tells me to look out for them. And he's like instilled that into me since even when I was like probably 6.
Now, speaking of your folks, your athleticism probably came right down from that tree because they've got a little bit in their background. Your dad played football and lacrosse. I guess you've heard stories from that. And your mom actually competed in an Ironman just a few years ago. Okay, that's crazy. What's that like?
Well, I mean, I think back in like 5th grade, my mom would always like try to convince me to go on these long runs with her. I mean, the most I've ever done was probably 11 miles, and I thought that was horrible. So I had no idea how she did a full Ironman and all that. And so, yeah, I've been running, doing races and all that since I was little. And, I mean, I don't anymore because I try to focus on the football part. And then my dad, I mean, he's kind of the main one that instilled in me all the hard work and stuff, especially football-wise. We used to, go out. We have this field behind our house, and we used to always go out and just throw the ball around, run up and down the field, throwing routes, and also just tackling dummy and all that, just to learn how to play.
Outstanding. Okay, so part of being here at Prestonwood, you get the opportunity to go on missions. And in the spring, man, you've got a good one coming up, Thailand. Yes, you hit the big one there. What's that going to be like?
I am extremely excited for that because, I mean, we went over the itinerary and all that stuff last week, and it just looks like a blast. We're going to elephant sanctuaries, we're going to orphanages to help and spread the gospel and all that. And, I mean, we're going to eat some amazing food there. They showed a few photos of that, and I love to eat, so that'll be nice.
What are you expecting as far as you've seen pictures, but to be able to make a difference in people's lives, experience that culture? I mean, how do you get your mind around it at your age?
Honestly, I'm kind of just going there and to go with the flow and just kind of learn off of them and just see the kind of vibe they give off and do everything I can to help them, teach them the gospel and all that.
That is very important, as we just talked about with Luke, the fact that playing at a Christian school like Prestonwood, you get to share that not only, overseas on this mission, but here locally. How serious do you take that?
I think it's a very serious responsibility. One of the main things in the Bible says you have to preach the word of God. And I think most people don't really do that because they might be afraid of what others think of them. and they just might be a little cautious about it. But I think you should be confident no matter what you do, and just confident in God's word.
Outstanding. Love that. As a captain on the team, what kind of responsibility is that?
I mean, honestly, ever since I was little, I was dreaming of being my high school team's captain. So it's been a huge blessing just to be able to be in this position. And honestly, I've really tried to lead the team in a positive way and just show them how things should be done, push them when they need to be pushed, like just encourage them and keep the morale up.
Well, listen, good luck tonight. Good luck the rest of the season. Really appreciate you spending some time with us.
Yes, sir, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
That is A.J. Morial. He is a senior who plays tight end and linebacker for the Prestonwood Lions. As we wrap up our pregame interviews, brought to you by Chick-fil-A between Park and Parker, right down from the school. We'll take a timeout here on the Andrews Institute, Children's Health, Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine. Countdown to kickoff. When we return, David Stoltzman sits down with the head coach of the Liberty Christian Warriors. That's former Dallas Cowboy Jason Witten. It's coming next. You're listening to Lion Football. More after this timeout.